I've had several wild animals become my friends, places that I would hike where they happened to be. I do have one friend that I only saw once, but because it didn't bite me, I considered him a friend. I love hiking mountains that have no trails. Some people would call that mountain climbing. And for some of the mountains that I picked, I definitely climbed them. There was one particular mountain that I really liked. It was about a half-mile tall. I had the goal of hiking to the top of it without taking any breaks, and I finally did it one day. The first time I made it to the top in one shot, I fell down a lot on the way down because my legs were rubbery. On another of those attempts, I met the friend that didn't bite me. I was headed up the mountain at a really good pace. I had a really great rhythm going, and I wasn't really paying attention. I did notice my friend mid-stride right between my legs. I had 1 foot above him and 1 foot below him. I remember thinking instantly, "Is that a..." "Yes, it is!" And I didn't skip a step. I just kept going up the mountain without looking back. I wasn't about to turn around and shake his rattler. I did look for him with every step on the way back down, but I never saw him again. Surprise meetings are fun. One of my friends introduced himself by dive bombing me. He lived right on the edge of the top of a mountain. His tree was the first one I came to when I got to the top. I stood beside his tree to get a drink of water when I heard a very loud whoosh right over my head. A blurry object passed right above me. It scared the absolute crap out of me. My golden eagle friend thought it was funny. He was circling high overhead just cackling, like he couldn't stop laughing. I returned to visit my golden eagle friend many times. He would sit up in his tree, I would talk, and he would chatter pleasantly. He only dive bombed me the one time. He was quite the impressive friend to have. I had another impressive friend that didn't know what personal space was. He had another friend that wasn't in the slightest curious about me, and usually when I got far enough away from the second moose, the first moose would turn around and leave me alone. But until I could get that far away, I ran to the next tree or boulder so that I always had a large object between the two of us. This moose lived on a mountain pass with a north and a south side, but no matter which side I picked, I always managed to pick the side where this pair of moose were, and the one moose always came bounding after me so that we could hang out, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there were 2 pair of moose friends, 1 pair on each side, where one moose was an extrovert and the other moose was an introvert. I don't know. All I know is that whichever side of that pass I hiked, I had to figure out how to keep my distance from an overly friendly moose, and the other moose never cared one bit whether I was there or not. But you know, a persistent friend doesn't have to be impressive or intimidating to have an impact on my life. One of my very favorite outdoor friends introduced himself while I was sitting on a large boulder on my own. He took a seat on the next boulder and just chilled for a while. At the time, I was feeling a little friendless, so it was a much appreciated gesture coming from a squirrel. Anytime I needed a little friendly boost that year, I could always go to that boulder, and I could count on my squirrel friend to show up and sit with me for a while on the boulder next to mine. It has been my great privilege in life to have some of the very best of friends. They came in all shapes and sizes, and they didn't worry about my shape or size. We just knew how to get along and have fun together. What could possibly be more important than that? What could possibly be more important than that?